This is from the Petty Corner. I'm Petty Diana, and today I have Destiny Mccubbin here with me. She was just a part of the Power Slap camp. Welcome to the Petty Corner, Destiny.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, glad to have you here and get a little bit of insight of the training and everything that went into the camp and a little bit about your background. But you are seasoned. I saw online that you have some MMA and boxing experience. What drew you to Power Slap?
Um, I mean, the opportunity got presented, and I know obviously I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. It's a nice little purse you can get. So, yeah, I just love all combat and being in the combat world for so long. It was a little silly to me, just like I'm sure to every other fighter, But I understand that now. That's like it's real combat. You can go out there and get knocked out. The training is obviously minimal and stuff, but you have like the practice is very important. So yeah, I'm actually super intrigued by it now, and I think what I'm more so intrigued about now is like the just how fast it's evolving and growing. Like I know Dana White is really just trying to make it a big thing, and so it's gonna be really cool to be a part of the beginning of it if I'm given the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad that you say that because it is still the beginning. The women's divisions don't have any belts yet. And when it first came out, people did think that it was really silly, but there's so much more to it than just getting up on stage and slapping each other. So I'm also glad that to see that they're doing all these camps now too. But what was your experience like at the training camp?
It was really cool, you know. The first day was like like training day. We like just watched some videos, like kind of on the rules and stuff like that. Which also make it such a big thing is like, because like you think you can hit hard, especially like coming from the combat world and stuff like that. Like, you've been told like you have heavy hands and stuff, but you can't do a lot of the things that provide you that power. You can't pivot your foot, things like that. So yeah, we went over a lot of rules. Watched like a Mark Smith video, and then we just did like a lot of practicing. Um, and then we also did some testings on the first day. We did like a power, like made us slap this cube to see what our power was. We also did like a neck strength test. I had the strongest neck of the females, so that was cool. Um, and yeah, that was the first day. It was honestly kind of exhausting. And then the first day I was like, I don't know if I even cut out for this shit. Honestly, I didn't feel like I was slapping good, anything like that. But the second day was a lot better. Mark Smith actually came in and went over a lot with us. Michael Michelle came in. She's amazing. Love that girl. She's actually been helping me. We've been like working together and training together and stuff. Um, but yeah, so she came in, and having both of them there was great because Mark Smith kind of went over the rules and correcting us as we went. And then Michael Michelle kind of showed us some of her techniques that she uses, which really helped me a lot. Like from day one to day two, I felt like my slap got a lot better.
I love that. And you said you had the strongest neck, which is really important, especially on defense. Like I've heard a lot of the strikers talk about, building up their neck muscles and really targeting that when training. But do you have any concerns like coming from MMA and boxing into power slap where you can't pivot your feet and like the flinching because you've probably trained your whole life to like duck them, and
Yeah.
sometimes we see people coming in and flinching. But do you have any concerns about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think my concerns are just like getting knocked out. You can't defend yourself, like the defense is creating a strong neck and like how you brace yourself and stuff like that. And then I think coming from combat, like, we're constantly taught to like just bite down when you're fighting, you're biting down on your mouthpiece. So I think that's gonna help. But I think I'm just like the main concern is like I think if a girl doesn't cheat, she's not knocking me out. There's no way. But if somebody comes out and cheats and I get knocked out, like that sucks. And I was like talking to my coaches, they're like, well, we'll win. I'm like, yeah, I'll be knocked the fuck out. In front of everybody. That's embarrassing, but I don't think if a girl does it, I don't think if somebody doesn't cheat, like, no, she's not knocking me out. No way.
I mean, they aren't wrong because if they do cheat, they will get fouled and it'll be disqualification and you'll still win.
Yeah.
But when you told your coaches like, "Hey, I want to do this," because I'm assuming they're mostly like MMA and boxing coaches, were they like, "What the hell, Destiny?" Or like, were they trying to like figure out ways to help you train for it?
At first, they're like, my first coach, John Wood, was like, "What are you doing?" Um, But now I think, like, when if they're like, "Are you doing it?" And they're like my coach Danny was like, I was like saying, how I was gonna be working with some people, and he's like, "Why are you working with them?" Like, "No, like we're your coaches, we're gonna help you." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "I didn't want to bug you guys to hold a paddle for me to slap around." And yeah, they're like, "No, like we're your coaches, we're gonna help you prepare for this. If this is what you're doing, then I guess this is what we're doing." I was like, "Well, I didn't want to waste your time." And they're like, "It's not wasting time. Like you're going and you're still going out there to compete. We're gonna help you." So, and that's why I just love being, where I'm at Syndicate MMA. I'm surrounded by coaches and teammates that doesn't matter what I'm doing, they're gonna have my back and help me if that means holding a paddle for an hour for me to slap over and over and over again.
I love it. I love that everyone's so supportive of it, and kinda like Paige, like, she trains at American Top Team, and, she has those trainers helping her too, so I don't see why any other gyms can't.
Yeah.
And Anthony Blackburn as well, he is the welterweight champion. Well, you trained with Anthony.
Yeah.
His coach had MMA experience, and when he came home from the first power slap, he developed training plans, and no one even knew what power slap was from the beginning. So it's really cool to see that and like the evolution into
Yeah,
it. So
yeah. I'm still trying to figure out like really, my training regimen for it. And I shouldn't do that because it is serious, but but my training regimen for slap, like so far I've just done like a couple sessions. Like I've worked with Michael Michelle, just practicing the pivot, the measure, even like the whole like calling out, like, okay, right hand on two, just kind of like getting ready for that. My strength and conditioning coach helps me too, Shino Van Hoos. She actually went to the Power Slap Combine with me. She competes, she's an MMA fighter, but she's not gonna do it. She just went really for me. I wanted her there so that we could kind of see what it is. That way she could help me prepare. And then her being my strength and conditioning coach, I thought it was really important for her to see what she needs to do to make me ready, as far as like my lifting aspects and stuff like that. Like what muscle movements we're gonna be need to be working on. So that actually did help a lot. She just created a program for me that we're gonna be starting on that's gonna, kind of be preparing a lot of like neck strength, forearm strength, core twigs. So like I have a strong twist, stuff like that. So yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, and hopefully you get a contract so we could see you on stage. But when you fought in MMA, you went by My Time. Do you still go by that? And will that be your power slap name?
You know what? We're gonna bring it back. Yeah, we're bringing my time back. I went by my time for a long time, and then I let it go. I was like, I just want to be Destiny McCubbin. And so my last couple of fights I just fought under Destiny McCubbin, but I was actually talking to Shino, and I was like, should we bring back my time? And she's like, I think so. I think this is great for that. So yeah, my time's coming back. My time McCubbin, baby.
I love it. I'm so excited. And if you are to get a contract, do you have your eyes set on anybody?
Obviously Paige Van Zant. Why would I not want to slap Paige Van Zant? Been a big fan of her for a long time, and I think if I can get slapped by Paige, like I'll be the champion. Like, I think she's one of the best in the sport right now. Michael Michelle too, like what sucks is I think we all know we're gonna slap each other as friends and stuff, so that sucks. That's my girl, but I have a feeling we're probably gonna end up getting matched. Tyler Schaefer was amazing. I do not want to get slapped by her, but it's probably gonna happen too. So there's anybody I have my eyes set on specifically other than Paige, but I have a feeling that we're all gonna slap each other because it's just such a small, a small women's weight classes right now. I think I did decide though that I am gonna do 125.
They do need more women in every single division, and I actually went through the roster, and there was 4 women in 145, 7 in 135, 2 in wait, sorry, 4 in 125, 2 in 170, and 2 in 115. But we saw a big handful of women in the training camp, and they're going to be doing more camps. So I know Amanda Serrano, you know her. She is headlining an all women's boxing card in Madison Square Garden. So I would hopefully love to see one day Power Slap have an all women's card, even if they have to hold it at the Apex.
Oh, that would be sick. Oh my gosh. I think everybody would love that. Everybody would tune in. That would be huge, I think.
Yeah, and there's so many great matchups that they can make. And then there was also a newcomer, Jackie, which she is KO Chris's sister. The other Jackie, the hybrid, she's kind of got beef with KO Chris. So I mean, Jackie versus Jackie, they can settle the brothers' beef together right there. Sheena's always a big name, Jackie, Michelle, and then with all the newcomers,
Mhm.
not Jackie, sorry, Paige and Michael, Michelle. There's so many great matchups that they can make, and then all the new women coming in, Maria, Marisol, everybody. But
Yeah.
that's something that I would really love to see. So hopefully they can make that happen soon.
Yeah, and then they're talking about belts and stuff too for the ladies, which I think is awesome. That's so cool to even think about. It's crazy. It's like this sport is like really about to be like a big thing, and it's legit. So
Yeah. And what do you do outside of combat sports? I know, like, I feel like I've seen on social media some things that you do, and it's all kind of combat sports related. So I guess what is all that?
yeah, so I kind of recently this has like been a new turn for me. Like it just started this year, but I do some ring announcing. I work for a boxing promotion actually back home where I'm from, which is Ogden, Utah. All Heart Boxing Promotions. I'm their ring announcer and main commentator, and then I also do like the interviews with the fighters post fights. That actually opened up some doors for me with Tough Enough here in Las Vegas. I am a reporter for Tough Enough, so I do the post fight interviews with all of the winners at the fights. And I do some interviews with the like either like the main event or whoever I can get with at the weigh-ins, if I'm able to. Actually, this upcoming card that we have, April 25th at the Palms, it's gonna be a really big card. And there's some fighters. I'm probably gonna go try to talk to the main event. Ernesto, like, do like an at-home interview before the fights, just get him to like hype it up, kind of like an embedded almost, just like kind of see his home life and how camp's been, things like that. But I love that the doors have opened, with Tough Enough because that's kind of where I came up. Like I fought for Tough Enough as an up and coming, MMA fighter. And now Tough Enough is like is like almost a big stage, It's like it's just so amazing how much they've grown and stuff. It's really cool to just be able to work with them. And then I do interviews on millions.co, which they've given me a platform, which has helped me a lot in this side of the thing, on this side of the game, in this aspect of, speaking to people and to fighters and just like practicing like the research and stuff like that that goes into actually speaking and interviewing a fighter. So I'm really grateful for millions.co as well. It's kind of like where I do my practice for when I actually got to go and be in front of the camera for Tough Enough. Yeah.
Were you like super nervous when you first started announcing? Because I'd be so terrified.
Yes, I was, especially because like, I was like, "I don't think I have the voice," you know? But once I found my flow, I felt really good. Like, when it was like when I first did the first one, I was like, "Oh, okay, I can do this. I do got this. It's fine," you know? And, I just got better as the night went on. But that was in February. Their next show is in June. So in that time frame, I'm doing so much. So I think by the time I go to the next one, I'm gonna be like night and day difference, in a good way. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I love this side of the fight game. I love the fight game. I love combat. I love fighter. I love hearing fighter stories. I love seeing them perform. I love talking to them. So yeah, it's really awesome that the whole journey is crazy how it all comes together.
I love it. Would we ever see you back in the ring or the octagon?
You know, I think so. Sometimes I really do think so. I was actually considering like jumping into sparring this week just to play around. Um, it's not that I don't want to, it's just like the fact like the work that it takes, I'm like, I have to ask myself if that's something I'm really ready to commit to. But I've been missing like a competition feel for sure. Um, so yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. We'll see what doors slap opens if I'm given the phone call. But I'm also really into jujitsu right now. I would like to do ADCC in August, so that's 4 months away. So I'm just my mind is kind of set on that right now too. I really want to do well in that.
What belt are you in jiu-jitsu?
I'm a blue belt. Been a blue belt forever, I feel like. But I've been a little like inconsistent, so that's my own fault. But I'm a blue belt under 10th Planet Las Vegas. But now I'm training under the Shapiro brothers at Syndicate MMA. So hopefully, if I can go and do well at ADCC, maybe they'll want to give me my purple belt because I'll be going against the blues and purples. So we'll see.
I love it. Well, good luck to you,
Thank
and
you.
I hope, you get the call soon for the contract for Power Slap, and I look forward to seeing you on the Power Slap stage one day.
Yes, thank you. Are you gonna be there? Do you ever
Uh,
come?
Absolutely, as long as it's in the US.
Okay, heck yeah. All right, I can't wait. Well, then I just have this good feeling they're gonna call, so let's just keep putting it out there.
I think so too.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Destiny.
Thanks, girl. Talk to you soon.